Right, so it's the 8th of January 2024, and I'm not in a very fucking happy mood because I've been burning all night from some energy source. I don't know what's causing it, but I'm getting suspicious now because it's been every single day, almost 24 hours every day, causing sharp pain in my chest, burning right across my body, cat claw scratch marks. We take into account it started on the 1st of January, and this is a time that I've pre-mentioned that if there's any energy weapons being used, that's the time they're going to do it. Last year, yes, it's grey sexual Downing Street, you fucking screwed up, fucking buckled bastard. Right, so just to let me fucking get a say, I'm gonna go right out the fucking down before I get a fucking say to say what I need to fucking say, right? Right, so we've had the burning problem. In actual fact, I've woken up with sore eyes today, so I'm not very fucking happy about it. Something's being used, and it is being used. So we've got that problem. The smell of shit. People are not flushing the fucking toilet again, right through the whole fucking night. So let's get with the fucking sheep, shall we? I've been drinking more as well. I've got a bit of an alcohol problem, and I'm going to start playing music very loud at night if this burning doesn't stop, or this unflushed toilet smell, because there's no need for it. It's being done regrettably to be fucking outright fucking nasty. There's no fucking need for it. I don't know who's causing it or what's causing it, but some form of energy weapons being used. Because yesterday and today, since the 1st of January, I've had to put up with head crushing pain inside my head. I've had to put up with burning right across my face, like a sour, sore cat claw scratch marks, and other parts of the body, especially in the chest. It's causing you to feel bloated, it's giving me toothache, it's causing me to get a sore throat, it's causing me to get a swollen tongue, and when you stand up, your feet feel like they're sore, but it's an unusual kind of feeling, and you also feel like jelly, and I'm getting very, very fucked off with it. Anyway, there's banging to say, busting in, Justin. Fancy Olivia, everything's lost. Right, something was revved, I can't remember what it was, I haven't written it down properly. Lost everything, having a break-in, shoot you dead, Justin. Molested Ian, revved by a car. Oh dear, having a break-in, Justin. Break-in is near, Justin said. Sick, dead meat, Justin. Having a break-in, said. Sick cunt, Justin. You're having a break-in. Bird shits on my head as I walk out today. Then black and fucking blue, sick white, and then a load of other fucking vehicles. But before that, there's a robbery looking lorry, and then a knife shaped buggy angled in my direction. A knife shaped pushchair, should I say. Wayne lorry. So we're going with the Wayne business. This died out in 2007. They just want to stir shit with that specific person. Massey Wilcox. Direct, just before that, direct van. Screwball said in a stupid way, and then I coughed that. Right, so grey sexual car with light on, and grey sexual car with light on as I turn my head. A dumper truck timed. Willie shoots up to bike with a load of vehicles in the same pattern as I just mentioned, and then a bunch of rough people put in my direction where the government are trying to hit me off, or the creator gods wants to stir shit. Right, sir, God wants to be a fucking satanic cunt with his fucking forces, fucking corrupt, buckled fucking crest, cruelty fucking tear apart. So let's get with the next fucking sell-up, shall we? So Willie shoots up, so I look like someone who sexually abused me as a child tied to an erection. Right, black, white, two white, black, white, knife-shaped buggy at me, the way they designed the pushchair has been angled in my direction. And Wayne again, slammed at me, vehicle saying Wayne. Right, so I'm down the path, 9 Springs, and so far I've been down this path less than a few minutes, has been over 100 people in my direction. That's record breaking for all time since I've lived in Yeovil. And it's a very cold, frosty morning as well. It's busier than what it is in the summer, busier than I noticed in the past, and obviously it's come with a remark as well. Goes back to what I've been saying this a lot lately, The government or the creator God wants to cause as much fucking mayhem, as much havoc, controlling everyone's movement into my direction, to cause as much fucking mess as shit stirring and whatever they want to fucking cause, to make my life a fucking living hell. Right, so I had to go onto the other side to let someone pass, and I nearly step in dog shit. So that's very controlled as well. They got every fucking grain of sand controlled around me, with noetic science technology where they know in advance by 360-degree Freemasons that want to rip people to fucking pieces, slice their wrists with the creator God, sexually slaughter the fuck out of them and nail them as a fucking sick cunt when they've not had sex in their whole life, before ripping them to pieces, playing about with them in a fireplace while raping you as a baby in your next life, before drinking your blood and fucking setting you alight in a fireplace laughing in rituals. Right, so it's deliberately caused. There's been another 150 people in my direction. Over 50 bikes, 2 erections, and 4 lookalikes to people who sexually abused me as a child, time to my willy shooting up. Obviously that's where the bike's continuous, but that was what occurred at the same time. So in total we had about 250 people down this path. That's right, it's busy in 2021. I'm trying to think. So it's about 4 times the record breaking amount in the past. Up until now, that is, because it's calming down a bit at the moment. And obviously, people on their phones in my direction. There's been about 20 people to do that, and there's been sex talk as well. And obviously spit talking in my direction. I can't remember if I mentioned that. But the government, or the creator God, want to cause as much mayhem as they can fucking cause. And they've stopped timing that vehicle. It says time to get busy, followed by that murder jumper. Because I want to try and make the suggestion of a specific track that came out in 1994, which is a ragamuffin jungle track in the early days, as it was changing from the deep and dark underground stuff to the commercial stuff. So it's got a changeover period sound to it. It's called A-Sides Murder, Time to Get Busy mix, and is on Strictly Underground Records, and it was released on a compilation called Strictly Underground Compilation Volume 3. Well, up until they started doing this, there's only been about 2 occasions where they've sort of made every day as busy and as hectic and as fucking mayhem as they can fucking cause it, right, for about 55 days. Apart from that one Saturday, the time I was ill, because I had the shits, and that one short walk out, hardly at all. Take that away, they've jam-packed every fucking possible action in my path to cause as much misery and as much mayhem, as much trouble as they can fucking shit stir with. There's still only been about 60 aisles in all shops I've been in since the beginning or mid-November where someone hasn't been timed in my direction, mostly to spit, talk, cough or sneeze in my face. Head case pervert said, and knife shaped car has to be timed, and I'm struggling to blow my nose because I didn't bring the tissue I brought out. Unbelievable. I got paper towels, that's it. But I prefer to use tissue because I prefer to keep paper towels for emergency use. But God makes his fucking decision for me, fucking spiteful bastard. I'm the catalyst. Oh, catalyst, Christ, Granny, sex with Granny, Christ, you buckled, hell-bent, cruelty fucking tear apart. Right, I'm not going to get a fucking say to what I need to say. Yeah, fucking, I've just photographed it, hang on. There's too many people, fuck's sake, Downing Street. You fucking evil crest bastard, Christ. You fucking buckled to fuck cunt. You absolute malice fucking staking fucking tearaway. You absolute bastard, Christ. Right, so there's a chicken pox looking car, Somerset Waste Partnership, head case, sign or rather said, knife shaped car, started cars, a load of people coughing my way and a phone call my way, and a car reversing at me twice again. I've not written this down, I can't do it in time. I'm gonna have to be ripped to fucking pieces or have piss taken out me with the creator's fucking buckled forces that are hell bent to fuck. Nothing you can do about it. The bastard's absolutely fucking nasty. It's increasing, it's getting nastier, it's nastier than what it was last year. At the moment, that is. It seems like they're stepping this action up by the fucking year. This action is not like it was before the lockdown. Before the lockdown I was moaning and it's writing stuff down, it's bad. No, it's nothing like that now, it's a lot worse. Right, I can't, right, so back goes catalytic converter control. So it smells like vinegar mixed with the smell of rubbing two stainless steel knives against garden cress, except about 100 times stronger. 70 cars timed, 100%, that's every car on the road, in a way of black and blue, sick, white, whatever, sexual, knife shape, gun shape, whatever you want to call it. 100%, that's every car. There's no, like, not 98% where the two cars are out of place, out of that 70%. No, 100% to every single car. Choked by catalyst, and bike timed to an erection. Right, so, there's been another lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child just before I got onto the path, and then a bike from behind, timed to an impulse on the same erection. Someone's talking about coronavirus and people dying. Happy days t-shirt my way, and cheering van possibly going on the road up atop on the road where opposite Nine Springs, whatever you want to call it. Right, another lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection. And fuck da D-A-H whistled. Right, Willie shoots up's a bike only, and I've forgotten what the other thing is now. Right, grey sexual car timed, that seems to be very frequent today. And nose blown, it got hurt me. Nothing you could do about it, the crater's buckled. Right, they timed that t-shirt, didn't manage to photograph it in time. The t-shirt says, "Just come to fucking pieces." So, I'm not sure what the next setup's going to be, but that's what's just occurred, not making it up. In the previous direction, walking down this path, there's over 250 people. It started to calm down with just about another 10, or a bit more than that, about 15 people. That's record breaking, 4 times over to the busiest I've ever known this path. And that is last busiest time I've known this path was in 2021. This sick colour car, black and blue, and knife shaped. Right, yet again, they timed a lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection. A So car timed, Wainwright, a Willie up, so the next person who's a lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection, an itchy bumhole, and then a brakes lorry which I'm about to photograph. A grey car, but yeah. And red sexual car. Right, I didn't see that car and it's time to smash into me, and there's 2 red cars. Lisa Pike, a lookalike, but a cleaner appearance, and not that shingles looking attraction, or where the I don't like insulting people, but you know the type I mean about. The people that have that sort of rash looking effect all over their body. Right, someone with chicken pox my way. That's another thing that they've been starting again in the last 55 days when they've increased all this action since towards the beginning to mid-November 2024. Select van and Abri. Right, so chicken pox looking vertical. Obviously before that it was a person with chicken pox. Babu van. I won't say what this van is because it offend my father, but it's that name where it says your man on the side of it, and then a couple of threats on top of that. I can't remember what the threats are. Right, a crow's going ha 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 repeatedly in this pattern, ha 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 ha. Child rapist 1994 said, and bad luck said. A person that's got circles like chicken pox looking t-shirt as well. There are loads of black and blue sick white cars, every single car on the road in that pattern. I can't remember how many cars, but it's roughly about 150, and they're managing to control it in a way where they got every single car at 150 to be in a pattern of that suggestion. Right now they're packing everywhere. I can't stay at one area at the bus station. bash his face in, very sad said, and buries super fast. Nothing I can do about it. The government need to do this. They want me ripped to pieces. They want to sexually slaughter the fuck out of me, slice my wrist with the Creator God and tear me a fucking part. All the Creator God's fucking buckled and used doing this force against me if it's not controlled by devil worshipping 360-degree Freemasons that work with noetic science technology to map out everyone's movement to tear them to fucking pieces. Right, so I've been sneezed at, obviously, because obviously everyone's movement, and that person who was trying to sneeze into me is controlled to come around into my direction as well, not just, you know, through the gap I just walked through. White, red and grey. A knife-shaped pushchair. I can't go anywhere without people's movement being controlled at me. Even before the lockdown, you had this, but you can manoeuvre, you can move about, you could change directions to some extent, but now you can't. You go one direction, they got you cornered the other way, and so on. You can't go anyway. And now Zimmer frame's being angled and twisted in my direction in a buckled way. I've been at the bus station 20 minutes, and they've timed whether you're trying to manoeuvre around people or avoid people, and they put over 100 people in my direction, or controlled everyone's movement to be around me of at least 100 people in that way. Right now there's flu. Government or the Creator God need me to get disease. They've been doing that for many years, even before the lockdown, but they need me to get or catch diseases. And there was one time when I had flu, and what do? They try and hit me off by getting someone to start a row with me in town when I can hardly walk or stand up, to smash me to fucking pieces. And then there's a setup to say, oh, it doesn't matter, you raped so-and-so, or this and that, or we got you sexually destroyed, making the suggestion that, haha, we're going to tear you to fucking pieces in your next life, you're living up to your name just in time, serve time, you know, you're being ripped to pieces. Right, I've been on the phone to someone, and they come to agree that this burning is being caused. They're saying it doesn't just suddenly come and go in the way it happens, like it doesn't happen when you're at your dad's for 6 weeks or whatever, and then suddenly starts again, and then stops for and only occurring on a Sunday for a short period of time, and then starts at specific times, like January the 1st. So the person on the phone I was speaking to was saying that's very suspicious, and says, I have to agree, I believe it's being caused now, and saying the extent of time that it's been going on for, which is a year now, near enough, seems suspicious as well. So this person's not happy about it, and this person's starting to agree with me, so just want to mention that. Right, so I've been coughed at, and there's been 2 cell calls at me, and there's been a sneeze. It could be because it's cloudy that they're doing this, I'm not sure, but every single cloudy day, or to some extent cloud in the sky, they will step up this action and try and rip me to fucking pieces or stop me going anywhere, because they want me in sexual weather, in sex in the sun, and they want me to have sex with people that raped me as a child, as a replacement to this cursed painting I mentioned of this sexy lady in her early 20s that's cursing this chap with the sunshine. So they're violating me with that painting, and they've been getting nasty about it. So they closed one of my YouTube accounts. Well, not closed it, but stopped me accessing it when I put the evidence on, like filming the newspaper, the date, and the fact that it's sunny on a cloudy day for everybody else, where they're deliberately opening the sky up only where I am. And yes, it's knife-shaped buggies, yeah, knife-shaped pushchairs. Before this you had a TPT fire van, but I noticed that the pushchairs that they're putting in my direction today are all done in a way where they're knife-shaped. Right, so anyway, back to this cursed painting. To stir trouble and to shit stir, they decided to use this specific painting to put it on popular mainstream postcards to sell big time. And then when I try and purchase it, obviously there's issues because I've missing the bus, and I didn't take the information in quick enough for me to think about that, you know. And then when I went there again, it was out of stock, and then obviously they've taken it off the shop shelves in Somerset and taken it off the internet, so I can't download the image to get the evidence of this specific painting. And obviously since 2024 the government or the Creator God has used force against me to tell me, you want to start row or you want to start war with a specific painting and being cursed with the sunshine, then we'll make it clear, we'll fucking rip you to pieces and fucking knock you off and tell you to fuck people that rape you as a child. So that's the way they're dealing with it. Right, so there's been over 120 people roughly I've been coughed at. Yeah, in the last 10 minutes. So but the way they're organising everyone's movement is controllable in a constructive, fucked up way, because the government want you to fucking come to pieces, rip you to pieces, slice your wrist to create a god, want you to fuck people that rape you as a child, and want you fucking destroy so they can rip you to pieces in your next life so I can live up to my name just in time, serve time. Or the creator gods doing it, one of the two. But there's been a few threats as well, things said that sound like threats, which is what's occurring now, but I can't here to guarantee that. Right, so all in all, everywhere is actually quiet. It's an actually quiet day, but what they're doing is they're controlling it in a way where it's rigged up only around me, so everyone's movement is controlled around me. So I've got to write more stuff down. The little bastards have stopped me getting a photograph of the evidence of a lorry saying on time, which has been timed. There's been grey, sick and sexual cars and other things in the fucking mints and all that, and I can't write it down in quick enough because I was trying to document what I was saying. They step it up every time I try and document problems. Right, Spill Your Guts t-shirt, the black t-shirt worn by a teenager. Right, so I had a photo taken of me by a rough person outside. AJN lorry, aisle of white lorry. Bike to erection issue, loads of black and blue, sick grey, white. Still getting 99% of all cars to be in that pattern. There's been some coughing. Willie Ups a bike my way and Bell van. 10 minutes of phone call nearest to me. Right, so the sun's out. Fart smell, Somerset Waste Partnership. Sexual car and learner car follow. And that sun's completely out. Lisa Pike look alike. Right, so I've just filmed the evidence of the sunshine and just clarified the right day and the right video. It's hazy sunshine, but the sun's out to a point where it looks like it's bright weather, and it's like it's every day. We've had many curses of the sunshine. Considering it's supposed to be snowing later, or sleet, this is what it is: torrential rainstorms, heavy snow, little sleet, or blue skies and sexual weather. And obviously it's in the cloud at the moment. Right, so we've had a burglary suggestion, followed by a Somerset Waste Partnership and a sexual motorbike tied to my willy shooting up, and then a Somerset Waste Partnership after that. Right, Bob Davies lorry, UKF lorry, and we have to fucking dig with this fucking Wayne business. Wayne the Cat lorry, spelled C-A-T-T. Bridger, timed B-R-I-D-G-E-R. Right, flu, coughing my way. Nothing you can do about it. It's the way the government have to control me, because the creator got fucking warped. Right, so back goes Catalyst at me. Before Catalyst they were angling people at me to control everyone's movement around me in a controlled, buckled way. There's nothing you can do about it. This is the way it's going to be forever. No matter where you go, person timed, literally everywhere. People sneezing and coughing, you name it, timed everywhere. There's not a single area where you can go anymore. This has gone on for about 55 days now. But it's slam fucking busy, I mean fucking slam busy. I'm trying to take a picture of something and obviously the government won't allow me. Right, so hang on, people coming. This is the way it is now. Every single, if they could do it, they cause every person to come out every single house of every single. Alright, excessive. flow of traffic. I was here yesterday and it's excessive. There's only this minute calmed down because I went into the shop, but before that, loads of started cars getting off the bus, reversing vehicles, and lots of people. To a point where it's never been that busy. Near enough. I'm enjoying eating a catalytic converter, Christ. You fucking crap bastard. Right, so I'm eating something, go around the corner, so I eat something, back goes catalyst, choking me out with a catalytic converter. There's only a vinegar smell, it smells of silver. Rammed down my fucking throat, Christ, to tell me that sex with an old granny is sex. You fucking screwed up buckle fucking hellbent bastard. I just put one of those prayer sheets in the church, basically saying that I've been single all my life, never had anyone, and I'm praying to Jesus Christ for first ever sexual relationship. And what happens when I walk out the church? A crow says no one left, repeatedly. Right, crow saying fuck your, I won't say what it's saying, and it's being done repeatedly, straight after what I just mentioned. As soon as I push record on air, the animal voice sounds go to a normal suggestion again. No, stops. So that's... Oh, crow says you're sick. Yeah, sneaky. The creator doesn't want me to get the evidence, you see. The bastard wants to destroy me and rip me to fucking pieces like it's been doing all fucking morning. It's one out of two. It's either the government, elite forces, or it's the creator God that's doing it to be spiteful. One of the two. Right, so time to an erection. There's just been an old man about 60, 70, wiggling a bike in my direction, time to erection. But before that, red, grey sexual and abri van. Now they want to put a penis into a bike with a tractor with a spike my way. Right, so there's been a black and blue car, an overhanging trailer to rip my legs off, and right, I can't say, I'll just give one of the letters. There's two letters. It says, there's one letter followed by a K, and then it's a dad after that. It's a D-A-D, dad, and that's a van. So that's occurred, and sexual car. Right, I've had to go into the fucking, I wouldn't say slurry, but fucking wet and soaking wet, muddy and all that. The problem is I'm not in the mood for all this organised force being fucking set up against me. I could have taken the road, but you're looking at a good 15 minutes on that road. This is also a shortcut, but I wanted to take the road because I didn't want to get soaking wet feet. But the government or the creator God won't stop fucking organising this force against me. So I've had to come off the road. So basically what they were doing next after that was the time in a lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child, time to an erection, up the age van, Chick Baxter van, and at the time this is occurring, you know, the camera, I didn't have the camera handy because I was holding this, trying to do a recording, and before I pushed record on the recorder, I had to put this back in my pocket, and I went to get the camera out, and by the time that occurred and the camera fucking operated, it was too late to get the fucking evidence. Right, so they've smashed you to pieces. They've tied the well, it's not a Victorian lorry, but it's I'd say it's 70s, 80s. I'm not sure if it's a proper lorry, but it's one that occurs regular. Whether it's a local person that just owns the lorry and drives around and it keeps it restored, I don't know. And also you've had the just-in-time van, which has got a picture of a just-in-time clock that's being smashed to pieces with a mallet by a person who's a cartoon character. You've had quite a few black and blue cars since I come off that road. You've had a sexual motorbike tied to an erection. Well, what else has occurred? Let me just stop the recording now, I think. I've covered basically the most. There was other setups, but I can't remember what they are. I haven't even written them down because the problem is my hands are all cold. The temperatures are too cold, so I'm having to do it on here. And then obviously I have to play it back later when I go back and then type it out when it gets like this. Obviously I put it down in brief, on the sheet today, but when it gets really cold and you can't write nothing when you go out, you have to do it. I have to basically do what I'm doing now, then play it back and type it out, because obviously this action has been a lot heavier. The last 55 days roughly. So roughly since around about the second week, late in the second week of November 2024, they've stepped this criminal action up against me to control me by my feet. In the past I said that there's been record-breaking days, but this is for certain things, like for setups or for timing people to sneeze in my face or to time a loud bike to an erection or something like that. But what they're doing now is they're just timing whatever they can time in my path to cause as much havoc and as much misery and as much shit stirring as they can fucking possibly stir. So what they're doing is getting everyone's movement controlled around me. It doesn't matter who it is, they just want everyone around me. They want to cause as many people as they can possibly fix to be around me, and this is what's causing all the trouble and all the threats and all the other fucking issues. Obviously they're still doing it in a way where they're timing these zombie type faces, these negative attraction type faces to sneeze in my face, or enemies rather than the sexual single woman or stuff like that. Still doing that, but they're trying to get as many people as they can possibly stack in my direction to cause as much fucking shit as they can fucking cause. I don't know what pictures have come out, but I've taken over 70 pictures of setups today, and all those setups I took, those pictures that I took, were at times where it's been cloudy, because it's been mostly cloudy. This is what they're doing. When you get a sunny day, they're timing the setup so you can't sort of photograph it, or there's less in the way of vehicle wording or stuff like that. When you get a cloudy day, they step up all this action, but they step up the vehicle wording as well. And then when I make statements on my day's problems and say that it's been cloudy today, people are saying, when I go on Facebook or put these pictures on Facebook, they're saying, you're saying it's sunny but it's cloudy. And then I have to tell them that this is because they suddenly stepped this action up and they deliberately do it on one specific day, and they do it on that cloudy day. In 2023 and 2024 they were stopping me getting on public transport on a cloudy day, and I was struggling. There's actually days where they've defeated me from getting on public transport in 23 and 24 where they're making it on days that it's cloudy. So what they do is they cram the buses tight to cause everyone's movement to choose to go out on that day, or to do what they need to do on that day, on that cloudy day. And they've done this at least 30 times in 2024, and at least 20 times in 2020. No, hang on. But some of these days that they do it, mind, they're not actually cloudy days. They're actually blue skies and sunshine. However, if I was to go to the destination of where I wanted to go before they forced me off the bus, it could have been a different weather pattern. So there's about 30 times, or just under 30 times for 2024, and about 20 times for 2023. But then again, 2023 is more a case of trying to get the pictures on a hazy sunshine day, or a bright day without the sun coming out. But it's very difficult, because 2023 you only had the equivalent to about 6 24-hour days of cloudy or rainy weather for the whole of that year where I was. And they were circling me, so you had to cloud around. So this is what I was thinking, get on the bus. So this is what I'm saying, these places are probably cloudy and they're trying to stop me get to these places. They've been doing this for a long time. In 2022 the action wasn't as bad, but the setups, it's still bad, but this malicious setup or control force that's being rigged up around me has got a lot worse since the lockdown. I mean, it's never been nice, but before the lockdown, mind you, 2011 was an extremely bad year for setups. 2010 was bad, and anything from 2005 to about that time was bad. It's still being rigged up, time again. It's like it's persistent, controlled. But since the lockdown, this action has never been as spiteful, as nasty and as malicious as it has been before that time period. So before the lockdown, it was never been this bad. This is the nastiest it's ever been. This is literally, and I'm not making this up, when it comes to these setups or this control force, it's the nastiest it's ever been in the last few years. I mean, before the lockdown, you didn't have setups to say that we're going to rip you to pieces in your next life. Well, you had that suggested, but you didn't have the suggestion that we're going to play about with you on a fireplace with poker sticks and drink your blood and suck the guts in and out of you as a baby in your next life before we fucking kill you. You didn't have stuff like that being suggested. That first came in 2022. And before I moved from Burnham-on-Sea to Yeovil, the surveillance threats were rare. They were occurring since December 2017 area. It was after Christmas. I don't know if it's 2017 or 2016. But before that time, I never had a threat under that person's name in my whole life. When we come out of the lockdown, the type of people that they rig up around me or control around me is different. A bearded type person that listens to hip hop, or a rough person that's in that sort of style dressing, very similar to my ex-mugger Dan Morgan. So Daniel Morgan. I see him on a regular basis when I was in Burnham. There wasn't really any problems then. 6 months before I moved, there was one issue, but the main issue was when I was camping in September 2021 on a visit there. Everybody was mistaking me as Savannah. I had 100 threats plus, no, just under 100 threats in Asda in 20 minutes, all remarks, waiting for an appointment. Shops I went in before I moved to Yeovil were treating me like this and that. And basically, I just want to mention that this area here, there shouldn't be more than 2 cars in the whole distance, which is about, there we are, sneezes coming towards me. Distant, that is coming my way down in Street. They're causing as much fucking problems, like I said, they want to cause as much fucking havoc as they can possibly cause. Right, so I managed to make it to the top of the road, so there's another 5 vehicles. So, just a bit concerned about this up here, sorry. But they're putting rough people in my direction, you see. They want me to be smashed out, they want me destroyed, and then they chair about it and tell me to fuck people that rape me as a child while on the floor if I get smashed out. They pushed me down the road. I'm going to have to go down here because what's happening is the government is stopping me to get on the road. Only while the traffic passes. Right, Crow saying shot dead, Justin shot dead. Obviously, there's more than that sound that's occurring. I'm going to have to go down here because there's a car that's going to reverse at me because they need to control everyone's movement. Right, this is a row of houses. Obviously, it's not every house someone's coming out, but the government or the creators' forces are trying to cause everybody's movement, to cause every single person to come out, every single house as I pass, to either cause that person to sneeze in my face, to cause an argument, or to cause that. It's not going to stop, it's going to get worse and worse, so they're going to rip me to pieces. They want me to come to pieces. But the problem is I don't come to pieces, I get nasty and retaliate. So, in 2024, in the 55 days by the way, and before that, they were making the suggestion when I was doing a recording saying that I don't come to pieces and I retaliate. So basically what they were suggesting then is they were suggesting that if that's the case, then we'll have you fucking smashed to fucking pieces, have your fucking arms and legs ripped off, your fucking teeth kicked in, fucking injected to death or whatever. So the government are getting really, really nasty when it comes to these forces, and I wanted to take a picture of something, but it doesn't look like there's any way to get to it. That's out of the question. And I've been down here before, but quite literally, I think it's near enough every single time I've come here in the last 3 years it's been sunny. I don't actually recall there being cloud cover to the extent where I've gone down this road to investigate the building I want to take a picture of. That just shows you how bad the weather's been. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Obviously I need to go to the other side, you see, to get to that building. I was going to see if you could get through it this way, you see. and being forced down this road because the traffic flow just suddenly was increased. I thought I'd take this road, you see, but it looks like I'm going to try that see if that other road, if I can get on that road, that is. Otherwise I'm just going to have to wait a few minutes. You heard hardly any cars on that road. The thing is, what happens is when you approach a road, the road's completely quiet. We had this going back just before Christmas when I was at the top end of Barrack, or towards the top end of Yeovil, Paviot's Mill, or whatever it's called, and you can have no cars in a whole hour. As soon as you go on the road, you suddenly get about 30 or 40 cars occur. That's what it's like, and that road's pretty much like that. And so I made it to this road. You've had the first 10 cars. Now I've got cell calls up me. They need to cause as much mayhem and as much misery as they can possibly cause. They haven't done it today, but what they usually do when they put all these phone calls in my direction is they time that t-shirt that says put the plot into execution because of the radiation from the phones. So they want to make a suggestion in that sort of way. Right, so I'm being choked, as you can hear. They just pick it up, stack it, and make it as busy as anything as soon as you reach a road. Fucking hell. There we are, car trying to fucking smash me to pieces. Chris Burglar, yeah, right, get across the road. Right, we're at Somerset Waste Partnership. I'm being pushed back in the other direction, unfortunately. I'm not in the mood for rough people, because there's a load of rough people. Yeah, sick colour car down in street. Yeah, Creator God, you nasty bastard. Black mixed with red. Rigged up to hit you off t-shirt. Right, there's never been a time where I've gone without a car being timed. That's actually a pharmacy, a car park. The whole time, ever since I walked there, I can't remember 2022 because I don't recall noting it, but from basically 2023 onwards, there's never been a time where I've walked past that pharmacy car park without a car being timed to come out in both directions. Never, not once. Not since that time of 2023 onwards. Early 23 that would be, but I don't know what time period because I just started. All I know is it's cold, it was winter, it was 2023, and I started to make a note from that time onwards and realised it occurred every time. There's one going the other way actually. They're rigging up everyone's movement as busy as they can possibly get it around me. The thing is, the problem is, when they're doing this, they're doing it with unhygienic looking type of people in my direction all the time. Going back between the 80s and the 90s and early 2000s, people sneezing at me was extremely rare. The maximum would be about 10 times in one day, and that would be extremely rare. In 2022, it's anywhere from about 40 times to 150 times plus on certain days. Every day, especially since October 2021, to September 2022. That's also a record-breaking year for the amount of threats that I've had. Anything from 40 threats to about 140 threats per day. And sometimes it was worse than that. It's rare, but you did have occasions where it went above that. And it's been around about the same for people photographing me as well. And most of the people that photograph me are mistaking me as Savannah or Liam, and saying that they're going to get someone to bash me in or hit me off or gun me dead. So you can see what the government are up to, or the Creator God. They want me gone, they want me fucking rid out, and they want to get rid of me fast, ASAP. Nothing I can do about it. I'm outnumbered. There's nothing I don't know how to stop it. These people have got too much power against me, and when I'm outnumbered and they're putting child rapists on television or child killers on television that resemble my face, that's the best way they can do it, you know, see? Trying to hit me off. And then they're bringing out music tracks like Scooter to make it sound like it's going in favour of you, but actually being put against you in a sly way to tell you to, to tell you that you're going to be ripped to pieces or whatever. And then you've got other tracks, you know, mainstream tracks that are coming out to tell me to fuck people like For example, people who sexually abused me as a child, trying to put me down as raping those people that sexually abused me as a child, to cause the consequences to come back at me. And I've had people actually accuse me in the past of raping children with the same name as someone who sexually abused me as a child, because of these twisted music tracks that are coming out. And it's caused a lot of trouble, and that was at West Street in Bridgewater about 15 years ago. They were saying you're dead, you're having a burglary, just. Well, the thing is, what they're trying to do is they want me burgled. And the reason they want me burgled is for one reason. Because they want my fucking sheets destroyed, my evidence, my conspiracy, and they want my USB sticks broke. When I had USB sticks, I bought from Curry's to save all my Underground Jungle vinyl from 1993 and 1994. The government deliberately put those for sale to cause me to lose hundreds of pounds of vinyl. In today's money, believe it or not, and I'm not making this up, because they put the price right up on the records. Back then it's 20 quid a record. Possibly 25 quid, 30 quid at maximum. Average price you can get for about 7 quid. But because people didn't know that the DJs or the producers have lost the original DAT recordings to these records, and they need to keep the records in circulation for DJs to use to save to rescue these tracks, it can be up to £400 per record. So basically, in today's value, you're probably looking at about £20,000, and I'm not making that up. But I don't have any of these records anymore, that's the problem. I posted them to a friend, and even in the days I posted it to that friend, I was only wanted them to take the records off, but later on I realised that the USB sticks, the M-Tech Orange 16 gigabytes, decided to fuck up, and now it's started to fucking rain. This rain's not supposed to occur until 2 o'clock. Actually, I put it down as sleet or snow, but it's not cold enough for that. But as long as it doesn't come down heavy, at the moment anyway. They did say it's going to be light for about an hour, so if I get wet I won't be very happy Downing Street. And the reason I've had to come this way is because everywhere's flooded, because they keep on making it sunny, and it has been sunny today, got evidence of it. Anyway, I'll leave it there a minute. I just want to mention that just before I get to the top of here, I was on this path yesterday, and I saw a sexy lady at the top of the path. This sexy lady was in her early 20s. Well, I use the term sexy, I mean I've never had anyone before, so it's not going to hurt. I mean, I'm known as a sick bastard if I can go with anyone over the age of 38. You know, it's not fair, you know. Considering everyone's had sex at the age of 16, and they're telling me I'm a sick cunt if I don't have sex for the first time properly in my whole life with someone to the age of 38 up, telling me to go with a stale piece of shit, a used fucking mother, someone that's fucked all your enemies 20 or 30 years ago, you know, and you're being told to go with, you know, a stale piece of shit. Yeah, it's the ones that have fucking stopped me getting anyone. Anyway, she was wearing a t-shirt saying "not for you," and she was a sexual lady timed. As that occurred, a crow went ha ha ha, and then told us, I can't remember what else was, what the other voice sounds were. Bloody hell, this is awkward. Yes, not as bad as yesterday though. It was muddier yesterday. I was struggling to walk it yesterday. But I am down a different part of it, a different, you know, in the field, going through the main thing. And I'm pretty sure the farmer's going to wonder what I'm playing at, but obviously he's probably liable to know that, you know, these places get flooded, so anyway, I've made it to the road, and I'm surprised there isn't a car timed. However, if we go back to the year 2022, that's what it was like. Obviously the setups have been there all along, but they've been stepped up, in particular for 2023. Well, actually no, 22 and 23 weren't good years, but no, it's 24, sorry, the setups were increased dramatically. I'm trying to sort of, 2022 was bad, but the places I went were very built up, like Portland, Weymouth. You try and go there today, and there's havoc. There's even roadblock. But you know, the government or the creator gods are doing all they can possibly can to cause as much mayhem and as much misery and as much trouble as they can possibly cause. Hasn't happened today, but what I will say is if a road goes quiet or there's not much traffic on a road and they're trying to force this action against me or control the setups against me, they get really nasty about it. So the next road or the road after that, they would get nasty. It's like they're applying that they're not happy because the amount of force is not strong enough to be put against you. So what they do is they get a whole load of really nasty force, like overhanging trailers to rip your legs off from behind, time rough people in your direction, give you threats, to shouting, to arguments, to people shouting in cars, to trying to smash you to pieces. So they get nasty like that. So you get quite a bit of road, or they start the next day, the following day, and they get nasty the next day. Just for one road. So if there's one road which you walk down and there's like 10 minutes of hardly any setups or construction force that's controlled around you, just that 10 minutes puts these people in a nasty motive where they've got to step this action up, or the following day you get real fucking nasty action just because of 10 minutes. That's always been the same, even before the lockdown, but today's more menacing. Right, brown sectoral timed out of a road. Brown sectoral timed, and then grey, black car out of a drive, and then blue, and black car, and then sick, and grey. And 2 more cars. I had the murder t-shirt, just read out the sheet. They had a load of sick grey, black and blue fucking knife shapes, you name it. Bikes direction phone rings at me, SD van, Countrywide van, Pete's van, Somerset with his partnership. Timing rough people in my direction to bump me off. Murder jumper, I don't know if I mentioned that. Firestone van, Abry van, and the person that's wearing the t-shirt says, earlier on I mentioned the t-shirt says, just come to fucking pieces. That was timed in my direction again as well. And then there's a cheering van and a yeah van that came together at some point. Finally I make it back with a rough person timed, which was timed when I was pushing record, and that's why I pushed record, so I was getting confused on what I wanted to say, just in case any threats occurred and I could get the evidence audio recorded. But unfortunately I didn't encounter or didn't hear any threats. If there was anything said, it'd be on air, but I don't think there was. Right, so going to Aldi's was actually wasn't too bad, but it's more of the threats back here. So there's been banging in sequence to threats. There's burning again, I've noticed. Someone says 40 robbery, just as if to say you're 40. So because obviously my enemies want me to go with people over the age of 40 for first ever sexual relationship, but it's questionable why everyone's a single mother before the age of 40, because that means everyone's had sex with a female under the age of 40, which makes them a sick bastard. So that's what I'm being told. So why is everyone single mothers when they're teenagers and in their 20s and 30s? That one's and why people had sex in their teens, 20s, 30s and that. So outside we've had someone losing the plot, saying that they're going to fucking smash you to pieces. I can't remember if it was 27 days or 37 days, but they said they're going to smash into the staff building and they're going to fucking go absolutely wild on the place where I live. So just to recap, it's the 8th of the 11th 2025, and let me just give you some information on the weather. It's been sleeting, not quite snow but sleet, and there's a bit of snow that's pitching on the cars, which is not going to last much longer because it won't. And then obviously it's going to be a blue sky sunny day tomorrow, so I don't need to look at the weather forecast. It's quite simply going to do that. It's what it's like it all the time. They try and force the sun out everywhere. Shoot down, just Mongrel said one of the neighbours goes out and I'm getting a bit of sore eyes because that started as well. Mongrel whistled, I just mentioned that. Right, so I'll give you an update of today. It's been there has been sunshine, about 3 minutes worth, but it's been mostly hazy sunshine. But it's been cloudy enough to try and take pictures, and in the direction I took one of the pictures of a light succeeded, but the sun at times would be
more like fair weather and going straight through that cloud. It's just lucky because I went on the bus to another place before coming back around, and you had just that little bit more deeper cloud to do the picture. But hazy sunshine didn't go until about 2:20 p.m. this afternoon, and it was raining from that time. But even though it was raining from that time, approaching Yeovil, there was hazy sunshine again mixed with rain. And then this evening it's been sleeting, and then obviously tomorrow is basically going to be sunny. I don't need to look at the forecast for that, they do it all the time. It's either heavy rain or torrential rainstorms or blue skies and sunshine. I remember 2022, and there's only been about the equivalent to 6 24-hour days of cloudy weather or rainy weather for the whole of 2023, maybe 7 for 2024, and about the equivalent to, I wouldn't say between 8 and 10 hazy sunshine days, but there has been a lot of hazy sunshine days, so possibly 10 24-hour day. Take that away, sunny and blue skies every day. And this year, apart from the morning of the 1st of January and today, as I'm mentioning now, there's been blue skies and sunny every day. However, when I've spoken to family members or other people on the phone, they haven't seen the sun for nearly the whole of December, so very interesting.